Hello, hello, ladies, gentlemen, or perhaps aliens if you're from another planet. As I've said in previous videos, I'm here on a quest to become the best public speaker that I can be, which entails conversation. Now, I had this book in the previous video, The Body Keeps the Score, by Bessel van der Kolk, and I haven't finished it yet. I'm about halfway through the book. But something really struck me about it so far. Now, I haven't gotten to the solutions of the book, but throughout this book so far, which, as I said in the previous video, I'm going to give a full breakdown of, it deals with trauma, how we carry it, how we often deny it, and how many of us who have trauma, especially if it's severe, are out of touch with the past and the present. Or in other words, they are still living in the past. They don't know who they are and what their present is. Now, before I digress, because I'm going into more details of the book, the author himself is talking about how, or discussing these conversations he's having with patients in something that made me feel real dumb hit me all of a sudden. The main part of healing for anyone, it seems, and no, I'm not a professional, and this isn't to discount a variety of medications, meditation, exercise, anything of the sort, because I think those are some of the solutions that are going to be proposed at the end of the book for some reason. But conversation, right? To me, it's curious, and I love psychology, psychotherapy, psychopathology, neuroscience, any subject that deals with the mind. But it's curious to me that we pay often to go have conversations with the quote stranger, right? It's really strange. We go to someone who is not our friend, at least at first, not our family member, but we somehow begin to trust this individual. And I can speak from personal experience. I was going to a counselor or a therapist for like a year or two, roughly somewhere around that time at least. And during that time period, I found that there wasn't any, when I sit back and think about it, there weren't any special techniques. She didn't hypnotize me. We didn't do any crazy activities. Literally, almost the entire time, I talked to her about the past. I talked to her about my present. We played board games, did some type of activity that maybe got my brain stimulated a little bit. But that was it. There was no secret magic, and there wasn't any specific word that my therapist told me to cure me. Eventually, I just stopped going, and I definitely got better. I wasn't perfect, and I still had work to do, but when I was 12 or 13 and going to therapy, that's what it was, and that's what I felt like I needed at the time. And so that's speaking from my experience, and as I'm seeing in literature and having discussions with other people, that's what it is. I think that's the fundamental thing that we may all have to work on in life, right? I'm on this path to become a better public speaker, which entails becoming a better communicator. And that's throughout life, right? Whether you're talking to your mom, your brother, your sister, a teacher, a coworker, a boss, your employees. You might even be talking to your dog or your bird or who knows, whatever creature's around you, right? It's all about the conversation. That's what it is. Nothing more and nothing less, right? The better we each get at that, right? And there's always work to be done. It should, at least from what I have seen, equal better relationships, greater progress in life, greater sense of self, and betterment in pretty much every other category in life. Now, of course, not to say that there's not inner work to be done or self-realization. That all comes along and plays a part as well. But communication is one of the main reasons why our noggin is so big, right? And why we're so intelligent. Conversation and communication is what it means to be a human being. And so, if anything from this video, my takeaway is we've all got to get better at communication, whether we like it or not, right? And when it comes to psychology and therapy, psychotherapy, all of that, I think it's still needed. But for those who don't want to go or think it's useless, I think if nothing else, what we need to do is, if we're having a conversation with someone, right, and especially if it's with guys, right, because as guys, we're often throwing little jokes at each other, right, a lot of times putting each other down, which isn't really needed. We should be positive more of the time, but jokes and humor kind of help create a little spice in life, right? So if anything else, I'm thinking maybe some of our solutions need to be that we sit down and we literally tell the people around, hey, I've got this important thing to say. It's gonna be heavy. I just want to tell you in advance. Maybe that'll work. And if not, maybe we just need to sit down and write that on a piece of paper, give it to a friend, and that way they know, right? Because from what I've seen, it seems like 99% of the population needs someone to talk to. I could be wrong, but from what I've experienced in life, that seems to be the case. So in this video, the number one message is, let's all get better at communication. Let's all reach out to somebody. Let's use our hearts, our minds, and our souls in order to establish a better connection and potentially live a more fulfilling life. That's all for me today in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to send them to me. Go ahead, hit the like button if you'd like, or subscribe. And I'm always looking for feedback. Do I need a better camera angle? Do I need better lighting? Do I need to change my look? What do you guys think? Or is it just editing my videos in a certain way? So again, guys, thank you so much. And communication is the message. Hope you guys have a good one.